observation is that it's very impressive that the majority of people who are still here are ladies. So it shows that the ladies are absolutely committed to developing themselves, whereas the men, most of them have left. Is that because it's a Friday? So congratulations.
Congratulations to the ladies for still being here.
Okay, now ladies, we have a question for you. Since Mr. Malcolm has proudly saying about ladies on the floor. Listen please. Okay, looks like I have to go down for Grace. Yeah. All right, please. I have Grace and Natalie Mine. Please. Okay.
Just talking, yeah? Okay, thank you. What Malcolm said that we are ladies still in here, so that means all ladies in here are very interested in government procurement. In Indonesia, procurement definitely same with men work. Yeah. So what do you think? Is it true that procurement is a man work, or actually this is also gender participation? Thank you.
Maybe I can start with that. I think it's disappointing. But our audience, actually, the majority are ladies. So, but I don't think this is representative. I think I've worked in procurement for quite a number of years, and there's a real change happening for the better. And I believe that in procurement, the balance probably still is more like this, but ladies are certainly coming through at a greater pace. A couple of years ago, IPSM were lucky to be invited to Sri Lanka. I met a lady in Sri Lanka who was a vice president of the Sri Lankan Association, and she had formed a group called Women in Procurement, and they came together on a very regular basis, and they were there to share their knowledge, but also to encourage women to come into procurement. And she saw a significant increase in people. So I think that everybody who's here has a responsibility to encourage their colleagues and encourage new people coming in. And it's not just about, I would say this, but it's not just about bringing women into procurement, but also promoting procurement as a great career opportunity. You will find across the world that typically people who work in procurement, they didn't think of that as their first choice. So everybody who works in procurement should be promoting equal opportunities, they should be champions of their profession, and they should be looking to encourage new and different people to come into procurement. And I would recommend MIPMM to consider having a women in procurement group like Sri Lanka has, which has been really a positive impact. So that's my thoughts.
Thank
you. I think since you're talking about MIPMM, I think Sriyan, I think can you please sit down as well? Sorry.
Hello, good evening everybody, once again. Mr. Malcolm had already given a very good answer to your question. But I would like to ask you again back this question. Why you ask this question that, okay, this is a light agenda, all this is more for the procurement is for the males. May I ask you back for more clarification on this?
Yeah, in Indonesia, women who has profession in procurement, for many cases, their career is not the same like men who did the procurement. That's why I asked you.
I think maybe it's one of the reason also because of the culture, right, or because of the certain countries, right. But right now, as you can say that, okay, if you look at Malaysia as well, right, I think most of the management positions, administrative positions, and even higher positions, right, is taken over by the women. Even if you look at the Bank Negara, how many years the lady was in charge of that Bank Negara, that is not an easy post to handle, right? And if you look at the ladies here, the ladies are in police, ladies are in doctors, ladies are lawyers, ladies are everywhere, right? So I do not think that, okay, this is just pertaining to that, okay, ladies, why do not have the means to move? Because sometimes the nature of job, maybe you have to travel so much, maybe you have to travel at night, or kind of thing, For example, let's say we have a number of students when we deploy them into call centers, we deploy them into in certain areas. So sometimes we have to look at the safety. Because, okay, for example, certain jobs are shift jobs, right? But they are girls, those who are very brave enough, bold enough, they say, I don't mind any job, shift job or whatever, I would like to go, like IBM. They will always stack up for insurance, IBM, they will be asking for the shift jobs. And we have the girls those who are working there. But sometimes guys prefer that because they say, okay, we can go at any time, I have no issue on that. Right. So could be that is one of the reasons because the nature of the job itself, okay, maybe where women do not try to, it's easy for them to handle, like traveling and kind of thing. That's just my own opinion, but I wouldn't be like judgmental here that means that this is the right reason for it, right? But I don't think so that in any way women like behind. They have already conquered this world, right? And they have taken all over the positions, and I think they are even prime minister in so many countries you look at, right? And even I think the new president of US will be a woman now, right? So I don't think so woman is any way behind in any profession.
But believe it or not, in Indonesia, in order to increase the woman participation in procurement, we have Women Association for Procurement Professional.
Okay.
Yes, really.
I think that will be the best. That's very good. But I think this will be once that everything starts working on e-procurement, then I think there will be no issues. Right? So now is the time to implement e-procurement. Then whether woman is clicking or man is clicking doesn't matter. Right?
I think you need role models, no matter whether you're a woman or a man. And no matter whether you're in procurement or not, everybody needs a role model. So I would encourage everybody in this room, and seeing we're talking about opportunities for women, then the women in this room should look to become role models who can then encourage their sisters into the profession. It's an ideal profession for women and men. It's an exciting profession. And, but you need role models. And there are role models in this room.
Yes, we have, sorry, we have any other?
So we wanted to add some comments. Just
sorry.
just wanted to
Sorry. Okay. I just want to add one more comment for your consideration. Based on my experiences, 30-something years ago, in my previous company, already see the importance of women at the level like that. That's why we put a strategic approach to promote, to move forward what we call women power in a management team. And we did. And that's why the men in the organization, some of them complain. Okay. One thing. That means what? Major organization, they consider that they move forward 30 years ago. Okay. And on the other hand, I have a case in Korea. We promote an engineer up to the manager level, was protest by the employee, male employee. But they're changing. Nowadays, the president are female. Okay. And I look forward and backward for the last 5 years in our academic field, at least few universities that I involved, teach. The record of my female students on supply chain management and supply management, all years, they rank the top 3. So I keep on pushing the male student work harder, smarter, and then you're going to get more jobs in the future. Because all the female, they did very well in supply management, supply chain management, and logistics. Because we're not compete with strength now. We compete with what? Button. Who's the button? In logistics area, in all related areas. So I worry, not female, I worry the male in the future. Yeah, thank you, but they're changing so fast. Yeah, don't worry, I worry. Thank you very much.
All right, the lady on this one, put her hands on.
Good evening. Yes, it works. Hi, everybody. All you ladies here, give yourselves a big clap. I think all of them up there is just by fluke that the ladies were not selected to go up, and the men were all there. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm Jolene.
That's hot. That's really hot.
Yes, it is, because for a comment from Indonesia, I think by fluke, all of you men are in front. We could easily have been there, I'm telling you, any of you here. Okay, yes.
Yes, can you see dancing, please?
Thank you very much. I've had lots of opportunities for that. Sorry. A question for Indonesia. It was very impressive, the e-procurement and the amount of products you had and the reach you had. Indonesia being such a big country and spread out over how many thousands of islands, and Indonesia has achieved that. Maybe you could let us know a little whether there were challenges in educating the people, especially your government procurers, into using e-procurement as one of the tools for pushing government procurement. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. We not only concerned with the tools, because IT is a tool. We also develop, it's a kind of iterative process that we start with the existing procedure, and we apply it we make tools that based on our existing, but it is gradually we re-engineer the process. It is a gradual process, the iterative process from existing process to a new process. It is not a sudden process. This is the approach for developing the tools. That we didn't create very new tools based on new process. No, we start with the existing process. That might be a clue that can be seen as a successful approach for our initiative. And the second is the people. You see that we deal with 1,000 people that should be educated, should be introduced to our tools and the new process or the existing process. When we start with the existing process, actually we don't need to introduce new process. We only introduce tools. 2,000 of people. So it is more easy, I think, than we introduce new process with the new tools. And the approach for educating people, we set up 600 points that deal with people who will use the tools. And we create new tools because of new process, the point will educate also again. So training and help desk is a unfinished job for this point. I think that's the clue for the successful story.
Thank you. Grace?
Oh, you already answered my question.
Oh.
That's the question I wanted to
Right.
ask.
Gentlemen? You want to visit now? Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make my remarks regarding to the quality, lady professional particularly in the potato supply management. In my country, in Taiwan, actually at this moment, about more than 2/3 of the especially chief procurement officer, they are all the ladies. And they can do much better job, especially for those major listed companies. As a top 1,000 Taiwan company, the 2/3 of chief procurement officers, they are all ladies. Don't forget, the special personality for ladies, they are caring, they are more detailed manner, they are more passionate. They can do whatever the job, which assignment is. So we really encourage the corporate or the chief activity officer, think about this special characteristic for the ladies. Try to motivate, change this culture. Fortune 500 company from USA, more than 80% chief procurement officers are all ladies for those multinational companies. So I pretty much follow this Dr. Ng said. We men have to be worried about the future career. So that's a time to change this culture because for the population, men and women just are equally, about the population. So why we cannot give the ladies much more opportunity for future career development? That's my only reservation. Make my remarks.
Thank you. Looks like I admit the 85 selection criteria for supply now will be carrying also. That's one of the criteria that the women has. Thank you for that. Right, can I have more questions, please? I've been having questions for the ladies also. Men's, can you balance the situation? Something's getting really hot now. The ladies are being concrete to the floor. Men, any questions? Please say the name. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. This question will be directed to Mr. Yang, the president of MIPMM. I've known Mr. Yang since the 80s, since I became a member of MIPMM in 89. Question is, during the 70s, the formation of MIPMM, it produced thousands and thousands of managers through MIPMM. I'm one of them who progressed in my career with the way that it gave the pathway to success, MIPMM. Question is, will it bring back the glory of the earlier years? 4 decades have gone by. Will that be revived to benefit the present generation of employees in the industry? That's number one. Question number 2 is, Malaysian Institute of Purchasing and Materials Management, as the name implies, today we have been shifting from purchasing to procurement, and from materials management into supply chain management. Is it still relevant, or why are we not talking about purchasing and materials management and more focus on procurement and supply chain management? That's it. Thank you. It's just a food for thought.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vijay. Yeah. I'm honored to have you coming to attend this forum today. Yeah. MIPMM being a non-profit organization, self-sustained over the 4 decades. It's a long journey, a struggling journey, simply because first thing is we do not have many products. We are honored, in the early inceptions. We do not have competitors. We are the one and only institution was able to provide training and education in skill or upskill development for that profession. And we are very recognized. I think you still can recall that we have very structured program, certificate right up to diploma. 30, 40 years ago, diploma is as good as a doctorate today. So over the years, MIPMM are not able to compete with competitors, where they have uprising institution of higher learning, university, coming into the picture. So as such that those glory days, I would say, faded. I believe it's still relevant, whether we call ourselves material management, purchasing, is the terminology. Yeah. Good thing is, IFPSM now, formerly was also known as IFPMM. We have just changed the name 2 years ago. Yeah, 2-3 years ago. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I would say that in the profession of supply chain, that covers purchasing or procurement, whatever it is. But the fact is, we are all under the big umbrella of supply chain now. Really. So I wish to thank that Dr. Vijay. We are in the urge of turning MIPMM into a profession that the programs will be recognized more globally, especially now with the development of government procurement and many more to come. So I hope that those who have benefited from the training or education from MIPMM will come back and support the institute. In the industries, most of the industries, over the 40 years, I think MIPMM have played its role, and indirectly the industries should be appreciated. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone?
Yeah. Thank you. I'd just like to add a bit to what Mr. Yang has said. I think the relevance of it has to be changed. There must be change. And actually we have been discussing between MIPMM and Green Purchasing Network on the changes that we need to capture, the opportunities that's already in the market. So right now, green is hot. Every country is talking about green. Even the small countries, you look at Cambodia, Laos, they're also looking at green development, green procurement. So this is where we are looking at how MIPMM and Green Purchasing Network can enhance on the certification program. It can be, I was just thinking earlier, you have gone through the normal certification of procurement. To get into green procurement, maybe we just add in another small, don't have to go through the whole process, but the process is the same. Just adding a little bit more and we just get a pop-up into rather than go through. So these are the changes I think that will happen, and I know it's happening. And I think with all this integration, we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We just synergize, move on, and hopefully both of us does better in the long run. And I think this is some direction.